The time is 10:45 on this late Friday night, August 31st, 2018. It is time now for the Peter Channel Late Night News on this late Friday night, August 31st, 2018. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. It's 10:45 p.m. and it is 57 degrees in North Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Channel Late Night News. At 10:45, his lobbyist pleads guilty, says he helped steer foreign money to the Trump inaugural and lied to Congress. While is Donald Trump about to become NAFTA safer as U.S.-Canada NAFTA talks break up for that deal as link upends negotiations. Federal judge said he refused to shut down DAC aid program. Judge orders couple to give him money from GoFundMe campaign to homeless man. In North Massachusetts at the 2018 Delta Championship leaderboard, Justin Rose is your leader, one stroke ahead of Abraham Munzer and Russell Knox, 6 under par, 65 under a beautiful day in Norton at TPC of Boston. For Everyday Eagles Police quarterback Christian Hackenberg. Meghan McCain glares at Vice President Mike Pence as he speaks at her father's memorial ceremony. Days after Charlie Bruce charged with dismissed, New Mexico compound suspects are arrested again. Dramatic video shows Austin Bomber blowing himself up. Giuliani prepares reports to rebut potential Miller findings. U.S. sends funding of UN agency that supports Palestinian refugees. U.S. counterintelligence urges LinkedIn to shut down Chinese spies. Abuse charges raised pressure to reunite immigrant families. Blast kills leader of Russia-backed separatist region in eastern Ukraine. West Virginia man charged with dealing oxycodone. Ford cancels plans to sell Focus Active in the U.S. Why Coke is getting in the restaurant business as Coca-Cola buys coffee chain Costa for $5.1 billion. Bonton may be on the verge of comeback after bankruptcy. Argentina is considered reinstating taxes on crop exports. Look at that stocks now. Fell 22.10 points to 25,964.82, but the SP followed up 39 cents at 29.0152, and the Nasdaq up 21.17 at 8109.54. A blast of caffeine in Eastern Ukraine killed a Russia-backed separatist leader Friday, local officials said. Hurricane over weekend with a Category 3 storm Friday afternoon, the National Hurricane Center said. U.S. cuts funded to Palestinian Refugee Agency. Lawrence for Trump Foundation seek to have NYAG suit dismissed. Ford blames service and decision to scrap Focus crossword import. However, Democrats will have their choice of two well-known candidates for state president when they cast their ballots in the next week's primary election. The city of Alabama purchase of Highland Country Club complete. Norton, LS Disable says the answer by the Copper community will be on in full force for a fundraiser run showed an honor friend who died this week after being thrown by a bull. British Shaggy Freshman Academy aims to banish first jitters. Retired man faces charges in West Virginia rollover crash. Famous Spectre Energy planned to start a building a 77 horsepower natural gas compressor station March 2017 to be pumped gas 6 months later, but more than 3 years, the wave of compression station folks keep up the fight. Women 94 killed in head-on Braintree crash. Rattlesnake brings police to the Braintree go-kart track. Google and Harvard use AI to predict earthquake aftershocks. Astronauts on board the International Space Station have debug this hole with their response. Top surgeon reflects on treating a Cape Cod chocolate victim that could have been worse. ADHD diagnosis may be rising in the U.S. New cars, seat guidelines indicate child size should be considered overage. Certain diabetes drugs must be warned of deadly flesh-eating genital infection. And human wets. 9 case confirmed in Ottawa County. Peter Chill News Time. 10:50 on this late Friday night. And it's time now for a sports report. The Boston Red Sox trailing the Chicago White Sox currently in the bottom of third in Chicago. 3-0 as will be resuming up to 11:05 p.m. due to rain delay. And Toronto Blue Jays third baseman Josh Donaldson was traded to Cleveland Indians at a time to be eligible for the proposed season. Top of the 7th, Minnesota Twins 9, Texas Rangers 6, LA Angels 3, Houston Astros 7, bottom of the 8th, top of the 8th, St. Louis Cardinals 7, and the Cincinnati Reds 4, bottom of the 8th, Kansas City Royals 9, and the Baltimore Orioles 2. Through 2, Oakland A's 5, Seattle Mariners 1, bottom of the 2, San Diego and Colorado no score. Top of the 3rd, Arizona Diamondbacks 2, LA Dodgers 0, middle of the 3rd, New York Mets and the San Francisco Giants no score, New York Yankees 7, Detroit Tigers 5. Milwaukee Brewers 4, Washington Nationals 1, Philadelphia Phillies 2, Chicago Cubs 1 in final 10 innings. Toronto 6, Miami 5, Cleveland 3, Tampa Bay 0, Pittsburgh 3, Atlanta 2. The Pittsburgh Red Sox fall to the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Redliners 3-1 in Pennsylvania. Calling collusion case, the lawyer explains what happens next. Serena Williams dominates Venus in the third round match at U.S. Open. And next 7, I'm Christian Tyson at Gellner and Tua Tagovailoa will play. Peter Childenstein, E1051 on this late Friday night. Time now for a Peter Channel Travagant Transit Check. Baby! Let's study off on the MBTA, where the subway, commuter rail, and the ferries, they are all looking good. Alright. Look at the highways and byways of New England. Rhode Island. Highways are looking good. Route 2 eastbound side. Also around Leominster Stretch, Western Massachusetts and Connecticut highways are looking good. As it is looking smooth sailing into southern New England up in northern New England. 878 91 on the southbound side. Also came down after the bot. Out 15 on the northbound side, so south back towards Montreal. And another southbound side. Also around the New York City area for the Bronx. Peter Childenstein, he 10:52 on this Friday night. Time now for a weather report. What a fantastic Friday it was in the weather department. It was perfect for the golf tournament at the TPC of Boston and Norton and the Technology Championship, and I enjoyed the golf tournament under some beautiful weather. And we have a little batch of rain showers down at JFK Airport in New York City, but it's wonderful night on tap. Right now, it's in the upper 50s to 60s, and southern New England is in the 50s to 60s, to northern 46 degree range, Mount Washington, New Hampshire. Meanwhile, you know why the Red Sox White Sox game was delayed in Chicago? Because we're looking at the Chicago radar right now, is the Red Sox White Sox games will be zooming at 11:05 p.m. as a line of rain showers stretch the line off southwest of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, stretching down to Lake Michigan and then around Gary, Indiana, and Cedar Lake, Indiana, and rain showers and storms down around Gary and Maryville and Cedar Lake, Indiana. And this is 8:55, which is 7:55 p.m. their time. Showers and thunderstorms headed towards the south suburbs of Chicago. And that's where the White Sox play. And the showers and thunderstorms were in the Chicago city limits in the southern suburbs of Chicago. And then the storms made its way about 8:30 Central Time into the Chicago vicinity. And the rain showers made its way. So the game over at Comiskey Park in Chicago will be resuming at 11:05 p.m. where the Red Sox trailing Chicago White Sox 3-0. Right now, North Massachusetts at 11 o'clock, 58 degrees at temperature. The humidity 9%. Newport about 56 degrees and barometer for 32 inches and it's steady. And winds east southeast and it's calm. Okay, let's take a look at our hazardous weather outlook, because there's the possibility that heat advisory may be needed at times for a portion of southern New England next week. Okay, let's take a look at that forecast. It goes like this. Tonight, forecast about 54 degrees and light northeast wind for Saturday, most of the at 77 degrees, coming east around 5 miles in the afternoon for Saturday. About after 2 a.m. west, forecast about 60 degrees, lights up wind. So if you go into the second round of the golf tournament, the Delta Championship Golf Tournament in Norton, Perfect weather for Sunday. Punch ball for 71 miles. Most sunsets about 84 degrees. Coming south wind 5 miles an hour to Sunday night. Punch ball up to 2 miles. Punch gust about 67 degrees. And something about 5 miles coming in the evening for Labor Day. It'll be sunny and hot. I about 9 to about 70 degrees for Tuesday. Church shop 1 p.m. hours. Sunny and hot. Again, I about 9 to about 69 degrees. Church space to 30% for Wednesday. Most sunny part cost about 85 about 68 degrees. Thursday. Most sunny to partly cost about 89 about 66 degrees. And church space to 30%. And for Friday. Most sun's about 80 degrees. And that's going to be it for the Peter Channel Late Night News on this late Friday night, August 31st, 2018. People, hope you have a good night with a good positive. You did not see it. Top. I'm more and more important. Hope you have a good night.